How's it going, everybody? So I figured before today's video started, I owe you all a little bit of an explanation as to why my name has changed and why I'm doing it. Now, to be completely upfront and honest with you guys, I really want to cover everything that Disney has to offer. I'm talking movies, I'm talking parks, I'm talking Broadway musicals. I want to encompass all of that within my channel, and I can't really do that with a name like Offhand Disneyland pertaining only to the park in California. So I figure with a name like Offhand Disney, I can change the name of my channel to attract more people to come in, and I can make more videos to go out to those people about a broader range of topics, not just about Disneyland. So I hope you older subscribers understand why I'm doing this name change and you're not too angry at me, and I hope those newer subscribers are excited for the future of parks, I hope you're excited for the future of movies, and I hope you're excited for the future of this channel, dealing with everything and anything Disney. So guys, now that name change thing is all dealt with, let's get right into this video and—
Stop it! Stop everything you're about to do!
Hey, who are you?
I'm you, but I'm from the future.
From the future? I don't—
Listen, that video you were gonna make, you can't make it.
Well, why not? I just got done announcing it to the subscribers.
You just changed your name to Offhand Disney, right? Am I at the right point in the timeline? Listen, if you make that video, Disney Corp will fall. All of it. Disneyland, Disney World, it's all gonna crumble to the ground.
Why do I look the exact same in the future as I do right now?
Well, everyone wears glasses in the future. Well, that and we solved aging. People are immortal now, but that's not important. We have to save Disney Corp.
Are there flying cars in the future? I really want there to be flying cars in the future.
Flying car? Listen, you have to change your name back to Offhand Disneyland or else Disney Corp will crumble.
Listen, I'm keeping the name Offhand Disney, and if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry, but that's the way the channel is going. I mean, if you want to sit down and help me with my Epcot video, you can.
Wait, you're making an Epcot video? Are you gonna talk about the Neil deGrasse Tyson roller coaster?
There's no Neil deGrasse Tyson roller coaster at Epcot.
Yeah, there is. Well, there is now in my timeline.
Well, alright, have a seat. Let's get working on it, I guess.
Well, alright, let's talk about Groot's Energy Adventure.
Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I present to you Offhand Disney.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Walt Disney was a well-known futurist. He had many different plans for many different parks all over the world while he was alive. But no plans for any parks all over the entire world would rival that of the plans for Epcot. Not Epcot Center, or the park that we know today, but a brand new experimental prototype community of tomorrow, Epcot. And while Disneyland out in Anaheim and Walt Disney's brand new project, Disney World in Central Florida, were coming along very swimmingly, none of them would stack up to the monumental task and crowning achievement that Epcot would be to Walt Disney's life.
Did you tell them about the Neil deGrasse Tyson roller coaster?
I'll get right on that. You see, with the amount of land Walt had acquired in Florida, they planned more than just a brand new theme park. They planned an entire Disney World, and part of this Disney World was the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, Epcot. Now, we do have an Epcot today as a park and sort of a celebration of people all over the world and the future. Walt Disney's Epcot would be all of these things and more. Walt Disney's Epcot would be a fully functional city of the future. It's often known as Progress City, and you can see a model of it in the People Mover at Magic Kingdom in Florida. Walt's original plans for Disney World included an East Coast Disneyland, a modern living community, not so futuristic as Epcot, and a bunch of recreation for all guests to enjoy, all connected by a Wedway People Mover. Walt Disney's vision for Epcot would be the most efficient and scientific city known to mankind, where arts and sciences would come together to make a brilliant living place for everybody. Plus, living on Walt Disney World property and living so close to the East Coast Disneyland would be a plus too, but we'll get to that a little bit later. If you lived at Walt Disney's Epcot, your home would be constantly outfitted with the most cutting-edge technological achievements and marvels that mankind had created at the time, so you'd get a really good refrigerator, essentially, is what I'm saying. Everybody's home would be updated with the most cutting-edge technological innovations. Basically, you'd be living in a real-life version of the home of the future found at Disneyland. Epcot was founded around the radio plan, basically where everything was concentrated in the middle, and as you moved out, everything would spread out even further. Kind of like a wheel, like Disneyland or the Magic Kingdom. There would also be transportation, which connected people from the outskirts of the city all the way to the center of the city. These transportation systems were people movers, and they would completely eliminate traffic forever. And yes, I do mean those people movers, like the ones from Disneyland. If you've ever been on the People Mover at Disneyland or Walt Disney World, you know that they don't stop, they just slow down. And because they'd never need to stop, they'd just slow down, you'd step out, go to work, or go to your house, traffic would be completely eliminated forever. But if you did need to drive your car through Epcot, don't worry, there's a solution for that too. Epcot would actually be built on 3 levels, similar to the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. The first level would be the city and the people mover. The second level below that would be just normal cars for people to drive through Epcot, and below that would be industrial vehicles and shipping. This way, unless they wanted to, residents would never ever see a normal car driving through Epcot at all. And I mean ever. That's pretty impressive. There were also plans for a massive indoor shopping center where nations from all over the world could come and host events, cook food, and sell their wares. Sort of like the World Showcase at today's modern-day Epcot. I wonder where that inspiration came from. Hey, I didn't hear you talk about the Neil deGrasse Tyson roller coaster yet. You have to put that one in there. It's an e-ticket attraction. Okay, there's also a Neil deGrasse Tyson roller coaster at future Epcot, I guess. Was that good enough? Now, I can sit here and gush about Walt Disney's original idea for Epcot all day long, but what happened to the original idea? Is there any bit of original Epcot left in the Epcot park we have today? And the answer is, of course, at Disney, no good idea goes to waste. Like I said earlier, they use the multi-level system to help transportation at the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. An idea originally meant to hide vehicles now hides cast members as they move from one location in the park to the other, and they're called the utilidors, the utility corridors. And as I also mentioned earlier, the international shopping area, which was going to be included in the original Epcot, was turned into the World Showcase at the Epcot we know today. And heck, Disney even has its own city in Orlando, Celebration, which is mostly owned by the Disney company. Even though they have to obey all the zoning laws and everything of the city of Orlando, it's more or less a great community. Oh, Celebration was destroyed in the Great Firebombing of 2032. Well, I guess it was a great community. Well, it still is. It exists in my time. I don't know how any of this time travel stuff works. It's powered by hamsters. What? Yeah, whatever. The contemporary at Walt Disney World was also modeled after some Epcot concept art and was meant to match the architecture of the planned Epcot. So if you ever want to know what Progress City's buildings would have looked like, just look at the contemporary and you get a pretty good idea. In the late 1970s, then Disney CEO Card Walker revisited the Epcot idea, but the Disney board agreed that Epcot wouldn't have worked in its original incarnation. The Disney board knew that no one wanted to live under the microscope and be constantly watched by someone they didn't know was watching them. Joke's on them though, right? Constant surveillance is the future 1970s Disney board. So Card Walker and the Disney board came to a compromise, and they came up with the Epcot Center theme park, which was sort of a melding of the two ideas, Disneyland and Walt Disney's Epcot. The park would not only teach people about the future, but it would teach them about cultures all around the world and about the past. The only difference being there would be nobody living at Epcot. Boy, do I wish I could though. Strangely enough, Singapore is often cited as a modern-day Epcot. The way transportation is planned and apparently how clean the city is were both modeled after Walt Disney's idea for Epcot. So yeah, I guess if you want to see the thing closest to Walt Disney's original idea for Epcot, just go to Singapore. I think most Disney fans can agree that it's a darn shame that Epcot never got made the way Walt Disney wanted it to get made. But I mean, if you look around at Disney parks all over the world, and even cities all over the world, they all incorporate little tiny bits of the original idea for Epcot. And love it or hate it, I don't know a lot of people who do hate it, but Epcot Center, or just Epcot at Walt Disney World, is very, very close to Walt Disney's original dream. And we all know Walt Disney loved Guardians of the Galaxy, so I don't know why all of you are complaining. But hey, the amount of planning that went into the original Epcot was massive, and I'm glad we got what we did. But please, don't even get me started on Westcott. Oh, Westcott? They built that already in Disneyland. Wait, so Westcott does happen? Oh yeah, they tore down California Adventure and rebuilt Westcott where it stood. Everybody likes it a whole lot more. Huh. Well, I guess you heard it here first, folks. Westcott coming to California in the future. What year? I don't know. 2000 something? Can we end the video now? Yeah, you covered most of it. Hey there everybody, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about Epcot and Walt Disney's original dream for Epcot. So just basically expanding on what I said at the beginning, I decided on doing the name change because I wanted to cover a broader amount of topics, not just having to do with Disneyland, not keeping myself in that box per se. I hope my longtime subscribers can adjust to the change pretty quickly and get back into the groove of things, and I hope my new subscribers are excited for what I have to show you in the future. My goal with this name change is to expand my reach beyond just Disneyland. I know I've made videos about Walt Disney World and other over-the-seas parks in the past, but I just wanted to be able to do that more often and more regularly without having the name Offhand Disneyland not mean anything. So I just changed it to Offhand Disney so it'll be more all-encompassing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video video, and I hope you guys enjoy all my videos in the future. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.